think I've said this many times before, but I'm closer now to getting out than I have been in 30 years.
Which is amazing, really.
Well, it's amazing. I've come so far.
Yeah.
So far, and it's so easy. But in 10 seconds of madness in prison can cost you another 10 fucking years.
He has an interesting question, and really, I'm thinking about it because obviously, because Irene still calls you Mick.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll ever return to that? Do you think you'll ever return to that name?
No, he died in 1987, Mickey.
Yeah.
He died in 1987. Bronson come along, and then Bronson died in 2014, and I'm so proud now that I'm an artist.
Yeah, so Salvador for life.
People think I was a Salvador fan, Salvador Dali fan, but I'm not really. Obviously, I respect his work, but what people don't realise, Salvador actually means man of peace.
Yeah.
And I love the name, Charlie Salvador. I'm more proud of my art than I am of anything I've achieved in life, barring my two sons, obviously. And I'm a different man now. And I handle situations so differently. You know, I think about other people's feelings. I listen to what they've got to say. And I'm a different person. I'm a different person. Now, this Christmas fucking bollocks, what we've just had, 5, 10, 20 years ago, I'd have wrapped someone up for that.
Yeah, true.
And I'd have been in the fucking riot. And I'd have gone to court and I'd have taken my punishment on the chin. But there's other ways of dealing with it.
Yeah.
And now I'm dealing with it in the legal matter, and hopefully I'll get them to court and I'll expose them. There's a full page about it in the paper, so thousands of people have seen that, and thousands of people agree with me.
Yeah.
But by wrapping someone up or knocking someone out, you're really damaging yourself.
Getting back to your artwork, you know, which artists inspire you, Charlie? Have you got a favourite artist? You know, I mean, you'll see bits and bobs of other people's work. Is there anybody who maybe inspires you?
Yeah, one person that's really inspired me is Reggie Wilson, and he's from up your way. He got a life sentence with a recommendation of 35 years. He's done about probably 28, 30 years now. Reggie Wilson, some of his art is absolutely phenomenal. And, he's inspired me a lot, Reg. He's in Grendon now, and he's doing well, and it's looking like he's going to get out. He's from Middlesbrough he's from.
Middlesbrough, yeah.
Yeah, Google him, you'll see what he's all about. He killed a top physician, medical man, when he was outside.
Right, okay.
And he got his life and 35 years, and when he come to prison, he was just a violent man, you know, and he's changed. He's turned into Buddhism. He's just a lovely fella, you know, and God willing, he's going to be out in the next couple of years.
Those early drawings, some of the ones that I've got, what made you want to draw, Charlie?
Play what?
You know, when you first sat down and thought, I'm going to start drawing, what made you do that?
Well, it was down to a screw called Mick O'Hagan. And I was up in Wakefield, and I'd just taken Governor Wallace hostage in the whole special unit in 1993. And I've arrived at Wakefield. They've slung me in the cage. I've got a busted jaw, busted cheekbone, 2 fingers busted. They've smashed me to pieces. And when I got myself fixed up, Mick O'Hagan used to come to me cage door, and he used to basically say, "Come on, Chaz, fucking hell, you can't keep wrapping governors up, you never get out." And he got me a pile of paper. He said, "Why don't you do something positive and creative? You're behind your door 23 hours a day. You could do something in there." And I started to dwindle, doing a bit of art and a bit of poetry, a bit of writing. And from that moment, I've now got 19 books published. I've got qualifications for my art. I've won Cosmos for my poetry. And down to that geezer, a screw. So I can only thank a screw for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly. And he retired from the service. He went to run a pub down in Portsmouth. He's retired now. He's beat cancer twice. He's an ex-military man, ex-army man. He's still in touch with me. Still sends me a card and a bit of canteen now and again. And if they was all like him, I'd have been out 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my art now is my life. It's actually my life. And the system goes on about rehabilitation. Well, I've rehabilitated myself.
Are you surprised how much your art has improved and changed?
I do a piece of art now, and I sit down and look at it, and I just say to myself, where the fuck's this come from? I ain't got a clue. It just comes to me. It's in me dreams. I think it. If I don't do a piece of art, I don't feel right. It's my cure. It's everything to me. It's my life. It's my journey. It's my future. And prison headquarters and all the bosses, they know I'm going to get out there and I'm going to make a fucking fortune. I'm going to earn more money doing my art than I am robbing fucking banks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know your artwork that you do, obviously. Let's talk about, like, say, one of the door pictures or Insanity. How long does it take you to actually to do one of those pieces of artwork? Because there's so much detail in them.
Yeah. When I do an A3 art, it normally takes me about 3 days.
Wow.
When I do an A4 art, I can knock one out in a day. But I don't just do art, I have to feel it. I actually feel it as I'm doing it. I put myself in it. And every piece of art I do, it's a little piece of me. It's like an anthology, a journey of madness. And that's all prison is madness. You just imagine it. On one wing, you might have 100 people. You've got terrorists, bank robbers, gangsters, hitmen, serial killers, nonces, safe blowers. You've got all sorts of people on a wing, and it's like a volcanic. It's like a big volcano. And every now and again it will erupt because certain elements of people in the system can't get on with each other. You know, and it's a madhouse. It's a violent, destructive way of living. It really is. And if you get caught up in it, and you get a bit of a reputation, and as you get older, you get younger people coming into prison. There's young people in prison dream of knocking me out.
Mm-hmm.
Dream of knocking me. It's like, I call it the Jesse James syndrome, the fastest gun in the West. Well, when you get a young man coming in prison, 21, 22, nobody knows him, and he wants to make a name for himself, to stick one on my chin is an hero overnight, isn't he?
Yeah.
And especially if a couple of young screws pay him to do it. That's how it works.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Have you got a favourite bit of artwork that you've done?
Do you know what? I haven't done many oil paintings, but one of my oil paintings hangs in the Little Dean Museum, what Andy Jones runs. And it's a great big piece. I've done it in the whole unit years ago. And it's oil on canvas. That is probably one of my best. But I always say my best art is yet to come. I've not done it yet.
You know, tattooists get, like, sick of doing certain tattoos. They get sick of doing, like, maybe it's a Union Jack or a Bulldog.
Yeah.
Is there any artwork that you get sick of doing?
Absolutely none at all. If I'm not happy doing it, I won't do it. I just won't do it. And every one of my art is different. No two are the same.
Is there?
And I'll let you into a little story. There's a lot of fakes out there. Did you know that?
Yeah, I've seen a few.
There's a hell of a lot of fakes of my art out there. How to tell that mine is real and not a fake? It's always got a little mouse in it. Now, you might not see the mouse. You might just see its tail. You might just see its whiskers. You might just see an ear. Or you might see the whole mouse. but there's always a fucking mouse in my heart.
Is there a preference? Do you prefer doing black and white or colour?
Oh, I love colour now, especially now I've got coloured pens and pencils. Like some places, I'm only allowed a pencil and a biro. I'm not even allowed a ruler sometimes. But here, I've got all my pencils, my pens, and I love colour. I love doing colour. But black and white, you can't beat a black and white now and again because you can get plenty of good shading with black and white. Get the depth and the shading, you know.
You've invented a lot of characters. I've seen lots of artwork with different people in. I mean, a lot of people know the Salvador one. They know the Ronnie and Reggie Craig tributes and stuff like that. But you've invented a lot of characters. I mean, is that all from your imagination?
I've invented what's called the fruit and nutters, like but the banana man, the pear man, the orange man, the grapefruit man, the coconut man, and I turn human beings into fruit and nutters. Yeah, like a geezer might have a fucking big banana for a nose, or he'll have a pineapple on his head, or an orange coming out of his fucking ear. I create madness, mate. That's what I do. And I love doing people in straitjackets and body belts and padded rooms. I love it.
How do you feel when you hear about the amount that your artwork goes for and raises money for charity?
Oh, I go to bed with a smile because I'm only allowed to send it to charities now, registered charities. And when I hear it's gone for $1,500 or 800 quid, and I know it's gone to a good cause, it puts a smile on my face. It makes me feel good. Part of the human race. Yeah, I fucking love it. I do. It makes me feel fantastic. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's something which I've seen a lot of people get a lot of pleasure from, and
yeah,
the reviews
my
that you get, amazing.
Hangs in pubs, gyms, houses, homes, all over the fucking world now. Even as far away as Australia.
Fantastic, man. Really good.
It makes me feel. It just makes me feel like I've got a gift, and my gift is. People love it. Yeah. And I still don't see myself as a great artist. I never have. I probably never will. But over the years, I'm getting better and better.
Yeah, there's no doubt about
it. When I sit down now to a blank piece of paper and I get my pens and pencils out, all my fingers are tingling. And I've got good vibes and good thoughts. And I just crack on. I don't know what I'm going to do. I just do it.